What's up, guys? I hope you're having a nice August summer day. And you read the title. I will be talking about some of the jobs I worked at so far. The current job I've been doing for the last 4 years is pretty calm, and it's perfect while being a soulless engineering student. Waterloo man better start counting his days for most age, because it's gonna be my spot soon, trust me. On a good November day with finals approaching, I'm gonna be in top shape. But anyways, I'll leave that job for the end, for a happy ending, because we all like happy endings here, right? And the other jobs aren't so sunshine and rainbows for me personally. Besides my current job, I had 4 other ones, well, 3.5, we'll get to that soon. And I didn't really enjoy any of them, except the first one was pretty cool, I guess. But the rest were pretty butt. Without further ado, let's get into it. For my first job, I was trying to get some kind of spending money to have when I wanted anything or eating out, you know? So I started doing construction with daddy because McDonald's doesn't like hiring 15-year-old kids. And that broke me, I guess. I didn't really have any kind of title. I was just taking orders 3 or 4 times a week for like 6-7 hours, get $10 an hour and free lunch. It sounded like a bargain to me. Since this was a summer job, I only worked on one project, which was a house being constructed. If a subcontractor didn't clean something or wasn't in the contract, I would just clean it up. I remember adding insulation to the walls and doing something with installing drywall. The whole time we were doing that, I was fighting intrusive thoughts to see if I could punch through the wall, knowing my weak ass would break my hands doing it. What am I even talking about? I did something with siding at the end. I don't remember what, but yeah. The site was always hot, but the job was pretty chill because I didn't know what was yet to come looking back now. I worked there for 2 or 3 months and then went back to school, and then Cock Big 19 happened. And just like that, the job for next summer was gone. I was like, it can't be. It's too soon. I was just getting started. I didn't even adopt my blue collar personality. I didn't get to make fun of someone for working with computers or something like, you think working with those gadgets is hard? Try and busting your back at the oil rig for 12 hours. Your job has air conditioning? What are you, a fucking Democrat? 15-minute break, this new generation, son. Try 15 seconds and back to welding you go. Woo! Damn, those fucking Chinese bats, they took a job. I was feeling so patriotic, I ended up getting hired at American Eagle. Man, one of the top 5 worst things that ever happened to me. Alright, real quick, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and this would really help my channel grow, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and back to the video. There's a massive shopping place, and I mean massive place, where I live, and I don't go there too often because of this job. Is the reason why I just hate everything about it. The customers, the overpriced food court, you know, just everything about that shopping mall. I got this job before my senior year of high school, and I started thinking I'd get even more spending money and just doing calm things like usual. Wrong. I was getting paid $11 an hour, so minimum wage at the time where I lived, and now it's getting taxed and no free lunch. Like, what is this place? When I first got hired, they tossed me to some random section of the store and tried to sell people jeans. I mean, it was fine. I would just find sizes and fix whatever area I was in and make it look like I was working, and I could chat with the guy next to me. Pull out my phone every now and then. It was all fine and dandy. The only annoying part was some of the managers would be Karens and be like, go help out more customers. You aren't doing enough. Plug, I'm doing fine for $11 an hour. Then I got put on register one day, and generally they rotate people around doing different stuff, but the people on register usually stay the same. The managers wanted people who can get customers to apply to their American Eagle credit card because I think they get a bonus. I don't know why a customer would apply. That 10-20% off is not worth it, but I was on register for an hour and I got someone to apply the first time. So they put me on again, and as long as you can get people to keep applying, they keep you on register. And I wanted to stay because I like the people that were there. There's 2 guys that I talked about football with, and then the other person was a diehard NBA YoungBoy fan, so I had a field day. Now here's where I started complaining. There was this one person who made getting credit cards an Olympic sport. Like, she was running people's credit left and right, and one time she said something along the lines of, when I turn 18, I think my credentials can make me a cash lead. One customer lost their mind at one of our coworkers, and they got mad at other coworkers and disappeared because no one stood up for them. A customer crashed out on me one time because the 5 receipts they gave me didn't have the item they wanted to return. They went on a whole tangent how they drove 5 hours to shop here, go back home, and then drive all the way back here to return some pair of jeans. I couldn't even argue back with them because I was thinking in my head, your dumbass came from bubblefuck where for some jeans? Retail is so unserious to me. I don't know why some people were getting really competitive and getting in their feelings. I just didn't get it. And the job just got more and more insufferable. There's this whole fiasco about one person who got fired because they were taking rewards points from customers. Like, you already have a discount, and the clothes here are trash. You got this one manager who's the ultimate Karen ordering Chinese food to the store for a lunch break, and the food court is literally 10 steps away. Some other worker ordered Chinese food as well and accidentally ate her food. And she was on those walkie-talkies during her lunch break and was like, can anyone find my food? Please report back to me. And no one was searching for it. Like, the fuck? And she starts breaking down crying over some $12 orange chicken like the world ain't shaking, it's just your stomach, you'll be alright. Another day, Black Friday actually, I had to go in at 6 a.m. I was on register for most of the day, and the same Karen who I was just talking about, her shift started in the middle of the day, and randomly thought first thing it was a good idea to send me to the back of the store alone, steaming all the musty clothes from the fitting room for the last 4 hours of my shift. And everyone was just laughing at me because I never did this before. But my breaking point was some random Sunday, I was closing and I had to organize the zone I was in, and that's it. It would be over at 9 p.m. I would leave, or so I thought. The closing manager was being super weird. They were counting the money at the front of the store, and I'm like a good 20-30 feet from them, and I had to ask a question, and they were like, stay away from me, stay away from the register. Like I was gonna come up, take all the money, beat them up, and take their valuables. Like, damn, I ain't that bad. And after 5 minutes or so, they tell me to go fix the back of the store, and it was looking pretty rough. I have a video right here. It was like 8:50. I'm like, all right, I'll do this for like 10 minutes, and I'm leaving. In those 10 minutes, they vanished, and I'm stuck folding these clothes till 11:30. It's just me, them, and 2 other people. One of the coworkers eventually started looking for the manager, and they found him in the back of the store crying. Why are you crying? That should be me! And after that, I was just figuring out when I was gonna quit. The people I started with, a lot of them quit already, and every shift walking into that store just irritated me. I had enough. I was over it. This is not all the stories I have. I'm not trying to make a 20-minute video about this, but yeah, trash job, trash clothes. I didn't shop there before I started working there, and I came back a couple of months later after I stopped working there, and without the discounts, these clothes are filth. And Sydney Sweeney's supposed to be saving this? After I quit, it was about a month before I was graduating high school, so I was looking for a summer job and ended up working at Pinkberry, this Froyo shop, for a grand total of 2 shifts. That's it. Because the manager hired too many people, and since I swirled the most disastrous Froyo cups, I was the odd man out. I was cooked. And that was my half job right there. I ended up working at Karl Lagerfeld 2 weeks after that, and it was fine. It's important to note that no men shop there, and it's not because it was an all-woman store, it was just because their clothes were ugly as shit. I got 2 things from there myself with my discount, and never wore one of them, so there's that. But I didn't really have to do too much. There was only one other dude that worked with me initially, and he worked in the back, so I was just patrolling the men's section. And then they hired this manager who was maybe 10 years older than me. I tried talking to him about video games. He started telling me all about World of Warcraft. I don't really know too much about the game, but I know it's an older game and what it's about to a degree. So I was like, oh, you must like League of Legends too. And I'm pretty sure he looked at me with a face of disgust. Yeah, I was lonely this time around. There was not really a lot of people I talked to. I remember one of the managers really liked anime and asked me what my first anime I watched was, and I just said Full Metal Alchemist. It was my first day. I couldn't break the ice like that because if you watched my last video, you already know. There's nothing really remarkable about that job, nothing really happened, nothing too crazy, and it was pretty boring, but I prefer it that way, not gonna lie. My first semester of college came around and I was having a tough time balancing enough work with school, so I eventually quit and found something more flexible. My job right now, community habilitant for someone with special needs. It's a pretty good job. I'm not stuck in a retail store all day and we're not doing the same tedious things every day. So it's an upgrade already. You get to meet a lot of different people. For example, at one point, the person I worked with joined a bowling club with other people that have special needs, which was fun because you get to watch them bowl, compete, and mess around and stuff like that. There was this one kid who was such a troll who kept asking his friend to pull their finger, and every time he pulled it, he would moan like a freak just to spook at his friend. He had a Fortnite wall too. I'd just like to add that. He was quite the character. There was a lady there, maybe like 20 years older than me, I spoke to one time, and they were asking about what I do besides work, and I was talking about my hobbies, school, and stuff like that, and she randomly just says, I was gonna ask for your number, but I remembered you were young. I just pretended I didn't hear that and went on with my day. But there's so many random different experiences I had at that job that, you know, were just cool. If I ever actually set up my LinkedIn account, this and the first job are the only ones I'm putting on there because those are the only places I could talk about while keeping a smile on my face. I forgot to mention my side hustle as a product exporter for a multi-million-dollar company, which is no big deal because I prefer to keep that under wraps.
Steven here.
And that's pretty much it. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do, because that would be awesome. And thank you guys for staying till the end. The next video will be a compilation of moments from videos I posted this year, because with school, I don't know if I'm making any more videos this year, but I'll be back. Game is game. Anyways, I appreciate the support. Don't forget to follow the TikTok. And of course, stay safe.
Like and sub.